Well, as the deadline for foreign tourists to renew their visas or leave the country looms, the tourism industry is warning against the Department of Home Affairs' notice. The sector says this will collapse the country's already struggling economy. The Home Affairs Department issuing a notice in December. This was in an effort to deal with the department's ongoing backlog struggles. What impact will this have, therefore, on tourists who are forced to leave the country? Let's get a better understanding of what exactly is going on. We're joined by the Tourism Minister, Patricia De Lille. Minister, good evening to you, and thank you for your time. The tourism sector is up in arms, saying that the actions of the Home Affairs Department is going to chase away tourists from this country. Can you give us a clear picture of what's going on?
Yes. My interest and my involvement in working together with Home Affairs to sort out the visa issues is because of the impact on economic growth. Tourism is a major contributor to the GDP, about 6%. Last year, we created over 1 million jobs. So we continue to engage with Home Affairs because it is their constitutional mandate. What we have done so far is that, for instance, I went to China last year. China and India as part of the BRICS countries, and have engaged the minister to allow the same dispensation for China and India as part of the other BRICS countries. We currently have 132 countries around the world where you don't need a visa or a visa up to 90 days. Then Home Affairs also have a e-visa application in 34 countries. The application, subject to documentation, is supposed to take between 5 and 10 days. We were all shocked to hear about the notice to the people that were already in the country that have timelessly applied to extend their visa after 90 days. And I don't know exactly the reason why Home Affairs took that stand. But also with China is a major source market for South Africa. In my visit to China last year, we agreed to immediate interim measures. Like, for instance, translate the application form into Mandarin. Look at the payment system for the application of visa, because not all Chinese banks are compatible with our system. But also the possibility of getting a special portal for China applications because of the complexities. And from the Department of Tourism, we also offered to make resources available. Similarly with India, tomorrow a team of 14 SMMEs that the Department of Tourism is sponsoring, they're leaving for India to visit 5 cities, again as to promote the different offerings in our country and to make sure that we bring tourists to South Africa. I have also engaged with Vulindlela in the presidency with Rudy Dix and his team to assist us and to tell us exactly what are the problems within Home Affairs. And so I'm working together with the Vulindlela team now to set up, to prepare a cabinet memorandum that I can submit to cabinet, and then cabinet can then consider the proposals that we are making around these big source markets. Other countries like America and the UK, there are no visa problems. But most of the tourists affected now by the decision that everybody must leave the country by the end of February has impacted massively on those source markets. And we do need tourists to spend a longer time in our country. and also to spend more dollars and euros.
Minister, you'll forgive me for putting this next
Yes.
question to you in the manner in which I am going to now.
Yes.
It would seem to me that there is a dispute. It would seem that there is friction between yourselves as Tourism Department and Home Affairs, because why do you need Operation Vulindlela as the intermediary between you two? Are you in talking terms with Minister Motsoaledi?
Yes, most definitely. Minister Motsoaledi was the first minister that I met with in the first 2 weeks when I was appointed to this department. And we continuously engage. I get a monthly printout from Home Affairs of all the visa applications in the system and how many of them are outstanding. So we are trying to work together. The role of Vulindlela is to deal with any stumbling blocks. Where can they assist the Department of Home Affairs?
Yeah.
And therefore their involvement, because they also got a mandate from the President himself to assist Home Affairs with visa and visa applications. We've seen that in the rest of the continent. Malawi is the latest, Kenya is the latest, whereby many of our African markets in the continent are making it very easy for Africans to travel within the continent. And we received 6.4 million visitors from Africa alone last year.
Yeah.
So it is working together to find a long-lasting solution and find the balance between economic growth, bringing more tourists, creating more jobs, adding more percentage to the GDP.
Yeah.
And Minister Motsoaledi have to consider also the security of the country. So there's no friction. We are trying to work as quickly as possible to find a long-lasting solution.
2 quick questions before we end the conversation. How has the Home Affairs Department explained itself on this recent notice to which you said that you were shocked to learn about it? How have they explained themselves, if at all, to you?
Well, because Minister Motsoaledi is my colleague, I wrote to him last year and again this year. I said, please, can we have a meeting so that you can explain to me the rationale behind the decision? Because as the Minister of Tourism, I get contact directly. And when we do get visa queries to the Department of Tourism, there's a corporate office within Home Affairs, and we always help Home Affairs to find quick solutions for these applications. So really it is, once I get a meeting from Minister Motsoaledi, I will be able to understand the rationale behind the decision. Right now, I don't know.
Final question then.
Yes.
The tourism bodies are saying that this latest move carries with it severe reputational risks, where they really fear that this is going to chase tourists away from South Africa, particularly with the long waits with these visas. Do you carry the same concern?
Yes, I certainly agree with the tourism sector on the impact of the growth of tourism. And I also further agree with the tourism sector that this has never happened in the past. So we need to understand the rationale and find out why it is happening. And hopefully I can get a meeting with Minister Motsoaledi soon, and then I will also be appraised of the rationale behind that decision.
Minister of Tourism, Patricia De Lille, thank you very much for your time.